Welcome to Lesson 4 in Unit 21, From Sun to Food. In previous lessons, students have observed that plants use both air and water to grow and gain matter to live. In this lesson, they consider what happens to the matter of living things, like plants, when they die. Students will observe the process of decomposition and describe what is happening. They figure out that when plants decompose, part of their matter becomes soil. This lesson is approximately 2 days plus monitoring time. In the engage portion of this lesson, students will describe the outcomes of the sprouter and bean experiments from previous lessons, then examine bags of humus. Students should be able to say that the sprouter showed us that plants gain mass from something other than soil. The bean experiment showed us that plants must have air and water to gain matter. Ask students, what happens to the matter of a plant after the plant dies? Allow students to turn and talk, then share out a few answers. Students may have prior experiences that showed them that plants look shriveled, dark, or seem to disappear over time. Next, give students the small bags of humus provided in your kit. Allow students to observe the humus with hand lenses and touch it. Ask students probing questions listed here, and record student ideas on chart paper to revisit and see how their thinking has changed after this lesson. In the Explore portion of this lesson, students will set up an investigation to see what happens to dead plant material. Allow students to turn and talk about how to set this up, then share out a few responses. You may want to give students time to write their own procedures and read others' procedures, or you can guide students in this task. Refer to the curriculum document sidebar for the ELA connection standards associated with this activity. In order to complete the plant decomposition activity, you will need to provide plant items for decomposing, such as soft fruits or leaves. If you choose soft fruits or leaves like cut up strawberries, peeled banana chunks, or pieces of lettuce leaves, you should see significant decomposition in the soil cups within a week or two. Additionally, if you have access to worms, it may be helpful to add some to the containers to assist in the decomposition process. Once the cups are sealed and covered, they will need to be placed in a warm area for about 2 weeks. Find a location in your classroom where they can be kept for observation. Next, students should set up the experiment as follows. Cups 1 and 2 will contain plant matter on top of soil. Cups 3 and 4 will have plant matter submerged in water. And cups 5 and 6 will contain plant material only. When setting this up, make sure to put roughly the same amount and type of plant material in each cup. Have students cover the cups in plastic wrap and secure the top with rubber bands. If possible, place the cups in a warm area. Have students predict what they think will happen in their journals. Students should observe the cups and record data every 2 or 3 days on their decomposition data collection and observation sheet. Refer to the curriculum for additional directions and a helpful tutorial. This is what the setup will look like after student groups have designed their experiment. The cup on the left will contain plant material on top of soil. The cup in the middle has plant material submerged in water. The cup on the right contains plant material only. Once the cups are sealed and covered, they will need to be placed in a warm area for about 2 weeks. It is also advisable to place these in an area with good ventilation and airflow. In the explain portion of this lesson, students will observe what is happening as their plant matter decomposes. They will also formally develop the definitions for decomposition and decompose during this part of the lesson, as they should be seeing this happening in their cups. Have students record their observations on the decomposition data collection and observation sheet. This is a chance for students to reinforce the concept of the law of conservation of mass explored in mySci Unit 24. Students can weigh the cups every few days and record this as part of their data collection. Students should find that the amount of matter does not change, it only changes form. Additionally, you may want to incorporate the extend activities during the days of monitoring time so students can continue learning about decomposition rates as they are seeing it happen. See the extend portion of this lesson for more ideas. This is what the cups will look like after 5 days. After a week or so, students will have observed the plant material breaking down and turning brown and black. Have students compare their observations to their predictions and report findings to the class. Allow students time to discuss questions on the observation sheet with a small group, then as an entire class. Students should walk away having figured out that soil is partly made of broken down matter of living things. The humus they originally observed is actually parts of dead plants and animals. Students might be wondering why the plants in the soil cup broke down faster than the plants without soil. This will be explored in Lesson 9, where you can revisit that data. You can show this time-lapse decomposition video so that students can see what this process looks like sped up. Refer to the curriculum for more information. This is what the cups will look like after 8 days. Students will record their observations as their days go on while you continue to teach mySci lessons. This is what the cups will look like after 11 days. Students will record their observations as the days go on while you continue to teach mySci lessons. At this point, you should take pictures of the cups so they can be referred to later. In Lesson 9, students will need to see what's happened in the cups when they further learn about decomposers. This is what the cups will look like after 18 days. Notice that only the cup with lettuce and soil allowed the plant to turn brownish black and break down. With the water cup, the lettuce became soggy and saturated with water, but it did not turn brownish black like the soil cup with lettuce did. The plain lettuce shriveled because it lost water, but it did not turn brownish black. This shows students that part of soil is made up of dead, broken down plants and animals. The lettuce has begun to look like the soil. Students will need to look at pictures of these cups again during Lesson 9. In the elaborate portion of this lesson, students will consider what happens when food is composted. Ask these question prompts to get an idea of your students' knowledge of composting. If your school composts leftover lunch meals, discuss that. Ask the students what compost is good for and how it gets used. Because it is made of dead plant material, it has many nutrients that can help plants grow. Show students the following video on compost. Ask students if they have any questions about their experiment or the video. Tell students that they will figure out what is causing the decomposition later in this unit. In the evaluate portion of this lesson, students will revisit the decomposition data with their group and discuss what happened to the plant matter in their cups and ultimately where the matter and energy go when things die. At this point, students should be able to discuss in their own words the relationship between dead plants and the soil. This is also a good time to capture student understanding with a formative assessment grade. Next, have students revisit their pizza farm model. Students should revise their model to include what they have learned in this lesson. They should now be able to include that dead plants and animals break down and their matter becomes part of the soil. The extend activities in this lesson are a useful opportunity to discuss different rates of decomposition. If you use different plants to decompose among the student groups, you can lead a class discussion about what each group observed and why they think things appear to decompose at different rates. Consider what happens to plastic, styrofoam, or different types of plants. Students might want to think about long periods of time and try to predict how long they think materials might take to fully decompose. Refer to the curriculum for more guidance. After the discussion about decomposition rates on different materials, have your students discuss these topics as a class or in small groups. Alternatively, you may want to have students complete a claim evidence reasoning assignment addressing these 3 topics. This would also be a good ELA connection opportunity to support the learning that they have acquired during this lesson. Consider using this extend during the explain portion of this lesson while they are monitoring their cups over a period of a week or so. In this lesson, students considered what happened to the matter of living things like plants when they die. Students observed the process of decomposition in plant parts and described what happened. They figured out that when plants decompose, part of their matter becomes soil. This lesson sets the stage for Lesson 9, where students will explore how decomposers aid in the cycling of matter in an ecosystem.